This bustling pizza business isn't a Domino's or a Pizza Hut.
We sell lots and lots of pizza.
It's one of Casey's General Stores, the third largest convenience store chain in the U.S. by size, with an $18.8 billion market cap.
Hi guys, I'm going to show you my top 5 things that I get from a Casey's gas station.
Casey's has built somewhat of a cult following, and not only because of its made-from-scratch pizza, it's also based on how and where it opens stores. More than 2/3 of them are located in towns with less than 20,000 people.
Where would they go if they didn't have a Casey's here?
In town, there's no other place to go. This is it, the one-stop shop.
They're just the hometown hero. Do you need to go there to just get gas? No, they're the 5th largest pizza chain in the United States.
Casey's stock has soared more than 130% between September 2022 and September 2025. In its Q1 2026 earnings, released September 8, 2025, the company continued its strong momentum. Net sales grew 19.5%, while inside sales rose 14.2%. As consumers spend less on fuel and tobacco, convenience stores have looked for ways to boost profits. Food service became the answer. While some competitors are playing catch-up, Casey's is not.
It's because we have 3 businesses in one. We're not like a restaurant where the only thing you do is food. We got a grocery store to run, we have fuel. So we have a lot of different ways of winning in this marketplace.
CNBC visited Iowa to see why Casey's bet big on rural America and how it's carving out its own success away from rival chains and fast food. Today, nearly 60 years after opening its first store, Iowa is still Casey's main home. No other convenience store chain comes close to competing with the company here.
Freya, hey, I'm Darren. Good to meet you.
Darren Rebellas took the helm of Casey's in June 2019, leading it through the pandemic and opening and acquiring hundreds of new stores. Since he joined the company, Casey's stock is up more than 200%.
This store opened in April of 2024, and we're out in the far western suburbs of the Des Moines metro area.
By store count, Casey's is far from overtaking first and second place 7-Eleven and Circle K. The company has been going after underserved markets since its founding.
We're heading now to a little town called Dallas Center, probably 10 minutes or so from this store, but very, very different feel. This is very much more of a rural community and a very small town.
The average population that these stores serve is way lower than a 7-Eleven, a Couche-Tard, even some of your other smaller chains. They have that competitive moat.
Being the main convenience store in town helps Casey's maintain pricing power in categories like fuel and food, and build a loyal customer base.
We know them by name, we know their habits, we know if they're running late to work, or if they have their day off.
The majority of its stores are intentionally built within a 500-mile radius of a distribution center. That way, the company doesn't have to rely on third-party suppliers. The advantages include lower logistics costs, better inventory control, and consistent product availability across stores. The company's acquisitions have helped it enter new markets, most recently, the South. It bought privately owned Fikes in an all-cash transaction for $1.15 billion in 2024, its largest acquisition ever. The deal added nearly 7% to its store count, and the company subsequently boosted its new store target from 350 stores to 500 stores by 2026.
We just don't buy anything that's for sale. We have a pretty high bar on the asset quality, and if the vast, vast majority can't accommodate a kitchen, then we're not going to buy it, because that's who we are. We're all about the food.
M&A is a huge part of the story. I mean, they plow all of their free cash flow right back into the business, investing for growth.
All of this is made in-house in the kitchen. So there's a prep shift where they do all this work.
Casey's started making pizza in 1984 and has since expanded its offerings to breakfast, sandwiches, baked goods, and specialty coffee. That has all helped the company compete with quick service restaurants, an industry term for fast food restaurants. In 2025, the food service segment across all convenience stores is forecasted to see higher sales growth than QSRs.
For a long time, the bar was set very high with food. It's harder, but I like doing the harder things because it's a lot tougher for everybody else to try to replicate.
It's been kind of a slow burn, but from about 2015 on, there's been tremendous investment in food service. We all talk about the Casey's and Wawa and Sheetz. They are front runners.
Casey's prepared food and dispensed beverage segment makes up around 10% of its total $15.9 billion revenue. The category rose 10.3% from the year prior in its full fiscal year 2025.
If you think about what is a normal kind of relationship when you for a C-store, it's usually tied to pump. But Casey's, has a stellar offering. Again, I'll go back to that. Casey's, one of the few large retailers in town.
With fast food prices inflating nearly 40% between 2019 and 2025, Casey's has gained customers, while fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's have lost them. Mobile ordering, delivery, and pickup features have made that shift possible.
In less than 5 minutes, they can check a lot of things off their list in one visit. And that's an advantage that C-stores do have.
Casey's full kitchens and a long history of making high-quality prepared food allows the company to focus on refining its operations rather than building from scratch. Competitors 7-Eleven and Circle K are just now jumping on freshly made food in the U.S., giving Casey's a leg up.
How have the chicken sandwiches sold since we redid them?
Oh my God, they're so much better.
Yeah, we sold hot sandwiches before, but we've kind of set a standard that any of our food that we're going to sell has to be as good as our pizza. And frankly, when we looked at that category, it was not. And so we tore it down to the studs, started all over again. And you know what? We were up 75% in that category and raised the price. And so it just goes to show you, when you get the process right and you get the product quality there, people will come and buy it.
Casey's also competes with local grocery stores, with its nearly 350 private label products.
As you can see here, we've got a pretty good array of products here. You also have the entire assortment of the store. If you want a 12-pack of beer when you get your pizza, what other national pizza chain can you do that at? You can't. You have to make another stop.
More convenience stores are encroaching on each other's territories. Casey's is focusing on growth in new markets. Around 2,000 of its stores are in only 6 states. Texas, which it first entered in 2023, is a major focus at this time. It is outnumbered in the state by several convenience store chains and also competes with travel center Buc-ee's, which has a fiercely loyal following. Yet the company sees a lot of opportunity there.
Getting into Texas was a goal of ours for a while. You've got a few really big cities, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, that kind of triangle there. Outside of that, from I-35 to the Mexican border and I-45 to the Louisiana border is nothing but Casey's country. And there's literally thousands and thousands of communities in our footprint and around the country that need a Casey's and don't have one yet.
A majority of Casey's total revenue stems from fuel. But those prices are volatile. They're expected to decrease through 2026. Yet Casey's actually increased sales in its full year 2025 and first quarter 2026.
They posted really strong results compared to maybe some of their other counterparts who are seeing some weakness right now.
But fuel alone can't drive growth. And that's why Casey's is going all in on food. But that means it's now competing harder with fast food restaurants.
As big as we are in the food business, I think we're still scratching the surface there. When we compare ourselves to the best of the best in the restaurant industry, we do well, they do well, but there's a gap there. And so I firmly believe that we have the right to compete at that level, and so we still have a runway for growth there.
So it's my first time trying Casey's pizza. Get a lot of ranch on there. It's delicious.